Hello, everyone. Welcome back to 3 News Now. I'm Stephanie Haney. It is Monday, September 21st. We've got your top headlines for you from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. Thank you for choosing to be here to get filled in on what's impacting you here in Northeast Ohio. We have a very exciting announcement today here at 3 News. If you have been enjoying getting your news here on 3 News Now on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube, there's now one more place you can go, actually many more places you can go, because 3 News Now is now available as a podcast. Officially, as of today, you can find that wherever you like getting your podcasts, whether that's SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, you name it. We are there. This is how you find us. You're going to search for 3 News Now with Stephanie Haney, and 3 News is the number 3 and the word news, and it's one word, so no space there. 3 News space now with Stephanie Haney, the rest of the words like you would normally type it out with spaces. Easy to do, and if you like to get your news in podcast form, we would love it if you would subscribe. Now let's get into the headlines for the afternoon here on Monday, September 21st. We have the latest numbers from the Ohio Department of Health on COVID-19 here in Ohio. We've seen things going down, so that's a good thing. New cases are up from yesterday, but below 1,000 for the third day in a row, so that's positive news to report. Also, new deaths are up from yesterday, but in the single digits again, also for the third day in a row. Here are those specific numbers. In the last 24 hours, there have been 856 new reported cases of COVID-19. That is up from 762 reported on Sunday, but down from 951 reported on Saturday. And then every single day last week, Monday through Friday, we were over 1,000 new cases. So below 1,000 for the third day in a row. That brings the total number of COVID-19 cases that we've seen here in Ohio to now 145,165. Our 7-day average testing positivity rate is 3%. So over the last 7 days, for all the COVID-19 tests that have been done, 3% have come back positive. And in the last 24 hours, there have been 8 new reported deaths. That is up from yesterday on Sunday when there were 3 new reported deaths, and on Saturday there were 4 new reported deaths, but last week we were in the double digits for much of the week. That brings the total number of deaths here in Ohio to now 4,623. We've also seen a lower than usual number of new hospitalizations, 56 new hospitalizations in the last 24 hours. That's up from Sunday when there were 23 new hospitalizations, but down from Saturday when there were 63 new hospitalizations. And the number of people who are currently in the hospital related to COVID-19 is below 600, which is something that we haven't seen in a little while. That number right now is 592 people currently hospitalized related to COVID-19. And of those people who are hospitalized, 188 of them are getting care for COVID-19 in an intensive care unit. So about 32% of all those active hospitalizations being treated in the ICU right now. And in the last 24 hours, we've seen 19 new ICU admissions. Our statewide hospital bed occupancy rate is at 69%, which is down 1 percentage point from Sunday. So that means 31% of the hospital beds here in Ohio are available for people who need to be treated in a hospital. Now let's take a look at the U.S. and the global numbers for COVID-19. These numbers come from Johns Hopkins University, and here in the U.S. we are teetering right on the edge of 200,000 deaths. Globally, we are now within 40,000 of 1 million deaths. Those specific numbers: in the U.S., there have now been 6,823,904 reported cases of COVID-19. And here's the number of reported deaths, very, very close to 200,000. That number is 199,636. So within 400 deaths of hitting that grim milestone of 200 COVID-19 deaths here in the U.S. And here in the U.S., we have a little over 4% of the global population, but we do have 21% of the COVID-19 deaths and 22% of the known COVID-19 cases. Globally, There have now been 31,163,450 reported COVID-19 cases, and the total number of global reported deaths is now at 962,008. So again, within 40,000 of another grim milestone of reaching 1 million global deaths. Now, as you know, it captivated the news this weekend. Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away on Friday due to complications from pancreatic cancer. She was 87 years old. Well, she's making history. Even in her death, we are learning today that she will be the very first woman in history to lie in state at the U.S. Capitol. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was only the second woman ever appointed to the U.S. Supreme Court when she was appointed in 1993 by then President Bill Clinton. That was only 27 years ago, continued to be a pioneer throughout her life for equality and women's rights. So this week, she will be honored after passing away on Friday. The body of Justice Ginsburg will lie in repose at the Supreme Court this week, and there will be arrangements allowing for public viewing, even though we are still in the middle of the pandemic. So there will be safety protocols in place. But here's what you need to know about how you can pay your respects in person should you choose to do so to Justice Ginsburg. Her body will be on public view Wednesday and Thursday. This will be under the portico at the top of the iconic steps in front of the Supreme Court. There will be a private ceremony on Wednesday morning, and the public will be able to view the body of Justice Ginsburg and pay those respects from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesday and from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Thursday. And then today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi announced that Justice Ginsburg will lie in state in Statuary Hall in the U.S. Capitol on Friday. There will be a formal ceremony at the Capitol on Friday morning, but because of COVID-19 concerns, only invited guests will be able to attend that ceremony. And then next week, Justice Ginsburg's body will be buried at Arlington National Cemetery. That will also be a private service. And of course, we'll bring you everything that we can related to that on WKYC.com and in our WKYC app. Now, as we look toward the election, which is coming up in just 43 days, 3 News would like to invite Northeast Ohio voters to watch the presidential debate, which is coming up on September 29th with us in a Zoom room. We are just about a week away from President Donald Trump and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden facing off in the first debate, which will be hosted here in Cleveland. Well, 3 News wants to give the opportunity for our viewers to react along with 3 News in a Zoom room for the debate. This will be hosted by 3 News' Tiffany Tarpley and Dave Dino DiNatale, and this is what we are looking for. We'd like to invite 2 people who have decided they'll be voting for President Donald Trump, 2 people who have decided they will be voting for former Vice President and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden, and 2 people who are undecided heading into the debate. Now, this is not a room for elected officials or party leaders. This is a room for our viewers, and the goal here is to have a thoughtful, respectful conversation with 6 Northeast Ohioans about what issues matter most to them and get real-time reactions about what is happening in the debate. So if you're interested in being a part of the debate Zoom room, you can find that application form on WKYC.com. There are a few questions you'll have to answer about yourself, and you just may be selected to be part of that Zoom room, which will be happening in real time with the debate, which is happening from 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. on September 29th. Here is some tough news for frozen yogurt lovers. It is getting colder, but that doesn't mean you can't still enjoy some ice cream. There's at least one location where you'll still be able to get Menchie's here in Northeast Ohio, but many of the Northeast Ohio locations of Menchie's frozen yogurt are closing permanently due to COVID-19. They announced this today on social media. So in addition to the Northeast Ohio locations in Erie, Pennsylvania will also be closing for Menchie's. They posted on social media, "It has been a pleasure serving you over the years. Thanks for all the smiles." So the locations that will no longer be operating in Northeast Ohio include Avon, Westlake, Cleveland, Brooklyn, South Euclid, Fairlawn, and North Canton. There are 500 locations of Menchie's worldwide, but according to the Facebook page, the Menchie's that's located in Wadsworth is not part of the group of stores that's closing. So if you're a big Menchie's fan and you're used to getting it in your hometown and you're willing to travel to Wadsworth, you still will be able to do that. Now, switching gears to the sports world, our Cleveland baseball team, the Tribe, is possible that they can clinch a playoff spot tonight. So we are heading into the last week of regular season Major League Baseball, and right now the Tribe is sitting at number 7 in the American League. Well, based on the shortened season and how they're handling the playoffs this year, 8 teams will make the playoffs from the American League, and right now they are at number 7. So if Cleveland wins tonight against the Chicago White Sox, and if the Houston Astros beat the Seattle Mariners, that would ensure that the Tribe will make it into the playoffs, because they will not be able to drop any further than that 8th spot in the American League throughout the rest of the regular season. If that happens, this will be the 4th playoff appearance in the past 5 years for the Tribe. They did miss out last year. So right now, the Tribe are sitting at 29 wins and 24 losses, and the White Sox are sitting at 34 wins and 19 losses. Right now, the White Sox are ranked number 2. So Cleveland takes on Chicago White Sox at Progressive Field tonight, tomorrow, and Wednesday. Tonight is the big game. Again, a win over the White Sox, and if the Astros beat the Mariners, that means the Tribe is going to the playoffs. So fingers crossed for good luck for the Tribe and also the Astros tonight. One more story to end things on a positive note for you here. Columbus Zoo has announced the name of red panda cub twins. The names were decided by donors to the zoo. So the female cub has been named Santi, and the male cub has been named Bandit. They are twins. They were born on June 13th to their mother, Dora, and father, Jen Sao, and the zoo announced the names in honor of International Red Panda Day. So Santi was named by Terry and Ron Greenbaum, and they chose the name focusing on calmness, serenity, and beauty. The zoo says it was an anonymous donor who decided on the name for Bandit, the male cub, because the red panda has dark markings on his face, which gives the appearance of the red panda wearing a small mask, which is very appropriate for this current time in history, if I do say so myself. You can find pictures of these sweet little red pandas on WKYC.com and our WKYC app. One more thing before we go. Yes, it's been cooling down. We want to know, have you turned the heat on in your home yet? You can answer that question at WKYC.com/vote now. I'll be seeing what you all had to say about it in What's New at 5 p.m. in the Clicking in Cleveland segment, where we talk about the trending stories of the day. So that's the question. Have you turned on the heat in your home yet? I will tell you, I did for the first time this morning. And then I turned on the air conditioning, and then I turned the heat back on. And that is the true sign of being in Northeast Ohio, is using your air conditioner and your heat in the same day. But yes, today was the first day that I turned the heat on in my home. So we'd love to know if you are joining me in that, or what your policy is on the heater in your home as we enjoy the last day of summer. That's it for your 3 News Now afternoon update for Monday, September 21st. I will see you at 5 p.m. on What's New, which you can stream for free in the WKYC app. And if you are joining us on a podcast platform, please subscribe, rate, and review. Let us know what you think about 3 News Now. Everyone enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and I'll see you back here with 3 News Now tomorrow. I'm Stephanie Haney.